some cornflakes. He's tired and sleepy up until when.
The music that makes you proud.
Turn on the radio.
The Breakfast Show.
Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's? In the morning, you know we won't remember a thing.
Music that makes you satisfied.
Breakfast is definitely the most important meal of the day. With Carnival Radio, we assure you that your mornings will definitely feel better. Kick off your day with the Carnival Breakfast Show, Mondays through Fridays, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Absolute radio for the funnest way to start your day. The Carnival Breakfast Show. Dig in.
CNG-powered vehicles for ministries and agencies. Here are the headlines. Federal government adopts CNG-powered vehicles for ministries and agencies. Emefiele for a remain tomorrow over unlawful 124.8 billion withdrawal. Panel to reform NYSC in line with future demands. Electricity tariff hike. Nigeria government reveals next plan after workers' protest. Renewed calls to scrap immunity for governors spark fresh debate. Fubara to raise pro panel on Wike's government. National Youth Service Corps NYSC is to be restructured to meet the demands of the future, the Development Minister Jamila Bao Ibrahim said. The minister said a team to undertake the review, restructuring and reforms of the NYSC will be inaugurated soon. Bao Ibrahim announced this yesterday in Abuja at the opening ceremony of the maiden meeting of NYSC management with heads of corps producing institutions in Nigeria. The minister also announced that over 5,000 corps members will have their entrepreneurial ventures funded with about 10 million. She said, "Permit me to inform us very briefly on what is to come regarding the NYSC reforms. I am pleased to announce that I will be inaugurating a team to undertake the review, restructuring, and reforms of the NYSC. The force of these reforms will be centered on reviewing participants with an entrepreneurship mindset and making skills development a core of the program. The NYSC already does that, but the objective is to work with them to strengthen that mandate they already have to be more efficient, effective, and benefiting. Furthermore, as part of the Nigerian Youth Investment Fund Program for 2024, I'm also pleased to announce that at least 5,000 corp members will have their entrepreneurial ventures funded with up to 10 million passing out. The Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Yushau Dogara Ahmed, said the meeting was aimed at enhancing the mobilization of prospective corps members. Ahmed said the meeting, which was a follow-up to a previous one with heads of corps producing institutions in West Africa, aimed to involve strategies for eliminating identified flaws and ensuring a more seamless mobilization process. Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike lauded the decision of the NYSC to bring critical stakeholders together for brainstorming on the best strategies to adopt to achieve greater success. The minister said the initiative aligned with the contemporary global best practices for achieving desired results. For more details, please visit the Nation newspaper. Panel to reform NYSC in line with future demands. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara took the political crisis in the state a notch higher by declaring his intention to probe the administration of his predecessor and godfather Nyesom Wike. Fubara, who served as Accountant General of the state during Wike's administration, said a judicial panel of inquiry would investigate how the affairs of the governance were conducted before he assumed office on May 29 last year. He spoke during the inauguration. Mr. Dagogo Israel Ibrahim as Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice at the Government House in Port Harcourt, the state capital. Ibo Roma replaced Professor Sakau Andago, who was reassigned to special duties before he resigned. Ibo Roma was sworn in after the screening by the three-member House of Assembly presided over by Victor Okojumbo. The governor said the Attorney General was brought on board at a critical time to tackle the legal matters confronting his administration with bravery and courage. He said, "Please defend us. We know that you are going to defend us because your record is clean. You are a gentleman and peaceful. You are not a noisemaker. People like you are endowed and they have their fear of God." Fubara acknowledged that the political crisis, which was thought to be a family matter, has unfortunately escalated. However, he said in a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Nelson Chukudi, that his administration has moved on following the presence of a well-constituted House of Assembly to discharge legislative duties and the appointment of a seasoned lawyer as Attorney General. Fubara said, "For being patient, it is because I know that we are all from one family and we have disagreements no matter how bad it is. It should be resolved amicably." For more details, please visit the Nation newspaper. Fubara to raise pro-panel on Wike's government. In the meantime, all new vehicles, generators, or tricycle being procured by the government and its agencies must be powered by compressed natural gas, CNG, solar, or electric, the federal government said yesterday. It was one of the major decisions reached by the council before it adjourned its marathon proceedings till today after over 4 hours. According to a source, The decision will take immediate effect with request by the Nigerian Customs Service and the Nigerian Shippers Council, an agency of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. The agency sought approval to buy hundreds of operational vehicles. The council, according to another source, approved the request but said they must be CNG-powered vehicles. Also, a request by the Federal Capital Territory to buy a petrol generators was approved, but the council insisted they must be CNG-powered or solar-powered. In taking the decision yesterday, the government was signaling its readiness for an energy transition from fossil fuel to renewable energy. The advantage of this decision is to unlock the investment in renewable energy, solar panels, and lithium batteries. The government believes the policy will be climate friendly and reduce inflation as it will slash costs by about 60%. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris said the FEC meeting would continue today. For more details, please visit the Nation newspaper. FEC adopts CNG-powered vehicles for ministries and agencies. In the meantime, the ongoing effort to further amend the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has sparked further debate on the immunity clause for the president and his fight, as well as the governors and their deputies. The Labour Party's factional national chairman Alhaji Lamidi Akwapa, in the recent remark, had urged the National Assembly to scrap the controversial immunity clause that protects state governors while in office. At various points, some other Nigerians have made similar suggestions. Their argument has been that the state governors are hiding under the immunity clause to commit all kinds of atrocities, ranging from financial misappropriation to misuse of official powers, flagrant abuse of human rights, and even assassination of political opponents, among others. Sometime in 2008, the late President Umar Musa Yar'Adua made a public statement in support of the removal of the immunity clause from the Constitution. He argued that the immunity clause was encouraging corruption in the system and that those who enjoyed the immunity clause were behaving like imperials. Yar'Adua was reported to have made a statement in a far-away Dabo, Switzerland, at a dinner hosted by the Partnership Against Corruption Initiative as part of the activities at the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum in 2008. He went further to say that his administration would introduce a corruption monitoring device to help fight the war against corruption. Recently, at the commemoration of Yar'Adua's death, the 2008 video announcing his support for the removal of immunity clause, which shields the president, vice president, governors, and their deputies from prosecution, as stipulated in the 1999 Constitution, trended on social media space. However, there are others who have argued to the contrary. According to them, the immunity clause was put in the Constitution to protect the class of public officers from undue distractions by those who may want them to fail through bringing up unnecessary litigations against them for one reason or other. But Apapa again steered the honest list where he urged the National Assembly to repeal the law which gives immunity to governors and their deputies against prosecution while in office. He insisted that the removal of the clause would reduce corruption and promote development in all the states in Nigeria. For more details, please visit Daily Post newspaper. Renewed calls to scrap immunity for governors spark fresh debate. In another news, the controversy surrounding last month's electricity tariff hike is yet to fade as Nigerian workers on Monday disrupted activities in the power sector, demanding its revisal. Numerous report that the organized labor picketed offices of all 11 electricity distribution companies and the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NEC) in Abuja. The protest was led by Joe Ajaero, NLC president, to the Ministry of Power and NEC headquarters. Offices of Abuja Electricity Distribution Company were also shut down as workers were prevented from resumption. Similarly, they picketed the offices of the 11 disco in Kwara, Lagos, Kaduna, Plateau, Enugu, Sokoto, and other parts of the country. Ajero, during the picketing, said NEC should review its methodology for tariff increases in the electricity sector. He noted the tariff hike is the fundamental cause of the country's soaring headlines and food inflation, which stood at 33.20% and 40.01% in March. In response to the organized labor's one-day protest, the Nigerian government has said that it is ready to negotiate with organized labor. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Power, Mrs. Florence Eke, in an interview with newsmen after workers' crippled activities, as the Ministry of Power said, the federal government, through Permanent Secretary Mr. Mama Mahmood, had convened a consultative meeting for the next week with the organized labor and stakeholders to address the matter. However, the Nigerian Labour Congress spokesperson Benso Okpa told newsmen that the government was supposed to consult before implementing the April 3 electricity tariff hike. He warned that the picketing was just a teaser of what was to come if the Nigerian government did not reverse the tariff hike. Recall that in April 2024, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission announced a 240% electricity tariff increase for Band A customers getting 20 to 24 hours of power supply. For more details, please visit Daily Post newspaper. Electricity tariff hike, Nigerian government reviews next plan after workers' protest. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) will arraign a former Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) governor, Godwin Emefiele, tomorrow over the unlawful withdrawal of 124.8 billion from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation. The agency also accused him of approving the printing of 684.5 million at the rate of 18.96 billion. The arraignment was originally billed for April 30 but was rescheduled. The former CBN governor will take his plea before Justice Miriam Haney of the FCT High Court Abuja. The EFCC alleged that Emefiele broke the law with intent to harm the public during its implementation of the Naira swap policy. The anti-graft agency also accused Emefiele of unlawfully approving the withdrawal of the 128.4 billion. Emefiele arraigned before another judge of the court on November 18, 2023 on 6 counts of procurement fraud. He was accused of abusing his office by approving a contract for the acquisition of 43 vehicles totaling 1.2 billion from 2018 to 2020. On April 8, the EFCC arraigned the former bank chief alongside Henry Omaile before Justice R.A. Oshodi of the Special Offences Court sitting in Ikeja, Lagos, for alleged $4.5 billion and 2.8 billion fraud. The new charge dated April 2 and marked CR/264/2024 was filed by prosecuting expert Rotimi Oyedepo-San. Count 1 to 4 of the charge read statement of the offense. For more details, please visit the Nation newspaper. Emefiele for arraignment tomorrow over unlawful 124.8 billion withdrawal. To end the news, this is the recap of headlines. FEC adopts CNG-powered vehicles for ministries and agencies. Emefiele for arraignment tomorrow over unlawful 124.8 billion withdrawal. Panel to reform NYSC in line with future demands. Electricity tariff hike. Nigeria government reveals next plan after workers' protest. Renewed calls to scrap immunity for governors spark fresh debate. Fubara to raise probe panel on Wike's government. And that ends the newspaper review on Carnival Radio. Thank you for listening. I am Joseph Oyokola. You can download the Carnival Media app from the Google Play Store and iOS App Store. Enjoy the rest of your day.